YouTube world, what's going on? Reese gang, how y'all doing today? Today I got a video for y'all, and I'm gonna be talking about love and 4 things that I think that can help improve your relationship and possibly take it to the next level. And also what it's like being in a relationship as an empath. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing that I think is important in a relationship is trust and loyalty. They go hand in hand. Now, there's no better feeling in the world than being in a relationship knowing that you have trust and loyalty, which for some reason seems hard to come across these days. Now, what I mean by trust is you having you have your partner trust, and you trust your partner that when they're not around you, that they're doing the right thing. You don't have to check all over your partner's social media and check their phones. And I gotta keep it real with y'all. I've been in a relationship before, and I felt like my significant other was doing some wrongdoing, so I was snooping, which is not okay. It's not okay. It doesn't make anything better. Now, loyalty. Now, loyalty, we all know what loyalty is. Loyalty is when pretty much you're being faithful to your partner, which is, I mean, what relationship can survive without that? So, I feel like loyalty is very critical, and trust is, because if you don't have trust, if you don't have loyalty, the relationship will not last long. That's why it's important to, once you have your partner's trust, to keep it. Because once you don't have that, it's pretty much setting the relationship up for failure. So what I mean is, let's say if you go out and you cheat on your partner. So now your partner, you don't have your partner's trust. So now from that point on, the relationship is going to be, it's going to be rocky, and it's going to be hard to try to overcome that. I'm not saying you can't, because there have been people who've forgiven their partner for cheating and they lived on to have successful relationships. But it's going to take a lot of work to get to that point. Because once you cheat, it's like, if you cheat on me, how do I trust you, right? When you out hanging out with your friends, let's say you cheat on me because you went out, you hung out with your friends at the club, and then afterwards you went to a hotel. So now, it's kind of like trauma. When you go hang out, when you go with your friends, it's like, I'm going to be worried because the last time you done this, or you done this before, and you end up cheating on me, you end up hurting me to the core. So now every time you go out, it's going to become an issue, because I'm not going to know if I can trust you. Now, there's ways that you can. Now, if you go hang out, you can say, "Hey, baby, when I'm hanging out, when you call me, I'll answer. And if I don't pick up within a few minutes, I'm gonna call you back. Because I can tell you, if you don't answer that phone, the mind is gonna be going. It's gonna be going. It's gonna be going. They're gonna be thinking you're doing this. They're gonna be thinking you're doing that. So I feel like just till you can prepare things, answering that phone call is very critical. But just don't break your partner's trust to begin with. So yeah, trust and loyalty. Like I said, they're very important. Now, what makes people cheat? Temptation, a lack of strength, a lack of communication, which we're going to get into next. Because there could be issues at home that's not being fixed, that's not being tended to. And that can lead to temptation, and temptation can lead to cheating. There's no excuses for it, though. If you're not happy, communicate that with your partner. If you want to see other people, communicate that with your partner. But cheating on them makes everything worse. So, trust and loyalty. You gotta have that in a relationship. And it kind of leads to the next topic, communication. Communication is so critical, because having an open line of communication, it helps the relationship flows better. You know, if you don't like that your partner's not keeping up with themselves, they're not looking pretty or they're not looking handsome, you know, when they go out, they're looking like a slob or to improve this and improve that. Communicating that with your partner is going to help rectify the issues that's brewing so you can correct them. Because if you don't tell me what's going on or the issues that you're having, how am I going to know? I'm not a mind reader. Nobody's a mind reader. So you shouldn't assume that because you're acting a certain type of way, I'm going to pick up what you're putting down. Because that might not be the case. So yeah, communicate with your partner about issues that you're having before it's become a full-blown issue is critical. So I'm a fan of, some people don't like going to see therapists or counselors, but I mean, it can help. You don't have to wait till your relationship reach a boiling point to go see a counselor. Things can be good and you just want to go talk to a counselor because your partner may not feel comfortable coming to you with certain things, and they might feel comfortable in the open room, open discussion with the counselor. And that counselor might be able to break things down in a way that you can see that your partner can't. So that can be beneficial. So just a healthy, every once a month, just go to the counselor. Just, things can be going good, and you just want to talk about how things are going good, why they're going good, because it's going to help identify things that you guys are doing to help the relationship flow, so you can build on that. So that can help. Or if you don't want to go talk to a counselor, every Sunday, every other Sunday, I prefer every Sunday, just you and your partner. You don't have to go out, because when you go out, there's other distractions, other noise. But, in the room of your house, at a table, over a glass of wine, if we don't drink, a glass of apple juice, and just talk to your partner. Communicate with them what's going on, how you feel about the status of your relationship, like the direction you guys are going in, what's bothering you. Talk about that. Talk about ways to improve the relationship, things to do when it comes to the bedroom, how to spice it up, because that can break a relationship too. If the sex life is not flourishing, that can make or break a relationship. So you can talk about ways to spice up that part of the relationship as well. So having an open line of communication is going to help the relationship. And if you have that, your partner is going to feel comfortable coming to you and telling you what's bothering them. And now you have to be open to constructive criticism. Now, your partner tell you something, you can't just get all on, like they say, hey babe, when we go out, sometimes your breath stink. You can't get all mad and defensive like, oh, well, when you do this, you can't be like that. You have to first test it. Spell your own breath when you go out. Or just say, okay, babe, how can I fix it? Or, brush your teeth. Or is it you eating something before you go out? Or you only brush your teeth in the morning, and then before you go out, you don't brush them again. No, just having that open line of communication is going to help the relationship so much. And a lot of people fail to communicate their issues. They just let them go untouched. And then when they wait to the point to communicate their issues when it's reached all-time high. And things are nuclear. It's like nobody's calm. Everything's, the tension is at an all-time worst. So now you're trying to communicate issues at the wrong time. For years or months, you didn't say nothing. And this person might have thought, your significant other might have thought everything was okay. And they get hit with a blind side. Oh, whoa. And at this point, you don't let yourself feel a certain type of way towards your partner. So don't wait till things get worse to communicate your issues. So communication is critical, very critical. The third one is understanding. Now, what do I mean by understanding? Understanding your partner. And it works both ways. You guys got to understand each other. Now, you might be married or dating someone from a whole different culture. So your upbringing, the way you see things and view things is going to be different. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be different. Or even if you date someone within your culture, they might have had a different upbringing, and they might have went through certain situations that's different from you. So you got to understand why your partner react to certain situations like this, why they don't view a certain situation or topic like you do. You gotta understand why. It could be from their background or the culture. So trying to understand the way your partner thinks and how they think is going to help the relationship, because you won't be on a defensive end, and you might not feel like they just don't see things as you see, or you don't fit, or you don't go together. It's not everyone is different, and everyone sees everything in a different way. But if you communicate and you try to understand why your partner see things in a different way, it's going to help you. So next time the situation come about, you won't get on the defensive end like, oh, you dumb, or how you don't see. You might understand why they view the situation different than you, and then you guys can try to come to the same page on how to view the situation in a mutual way that's going to benefit both parties. So it just won't be like one-sided. So, and understanding your partner is something that you should, it's like an everlasting thing. It's a constant thing. You should always be trying to understand your partner, because throughout the relationship, they're going to grow. You should be growing. So try to understand your partner as much as you can all the time, because they're not going to, when you marry them, when you first get with them, whoever they were at that point, they're not going to be the same mid-relationship or some odd years later, because people grow, people mature. So always try to understand your partner, always. So I think that's very critical, because if you don't understand the way your partner sees some things, it can be detrimental, because you might feel like you're not a match, or there's no hope, because they're not going to see certain situations that's critical to you like you do. But you guys can work to seeing those situations on the same page in a way that benefits both people. So I feel that understanding your partner is something that you should be working on all the time. The fourth thing, fight. I feel like fight is one of those things that gets overlooked, but it's so critical. It's so important. It's just as important as loyalty. Why do I say that? Because if you just enter in a relationship, that honeymoon phase is only going to last for so long. You can people in a long-term relationship, marriage, they can attest. That honeymoon phase, it only lasts so long, and then you hit a wall. You might hit another wall, and things might get stagnant. Things might get tough. But that's where that fight comes out. If you hit a rough patch in your relationship, that's when people say I love you. When everything's good, it's easy to love me. But when things get tough, when the bad gets to going, that's when that word I love, the words I love you, that's when they come into play. That's when you really know how much someone loves you. Because if someone gives up on a relationship when everything gets bad, then did they really love you? If you got money and then something happens and you go broke, and then as soon as you go broke, they adios. Then it's like, were you just here for the money? Because you can recover. There's rich people that had the money, got broke, bounced back. So in a relationship, when the tough get going, are you gonna be there for me? Because it's rough when you're the only one fighting in a relationship. It's tough. Now, if you're the only one fighting, you can't save a relationship all on your own. You can get that person to see what you see, believe what you believe in. And it could work, but it's a lot of work. And it's hard. So, I feel like when you're starting out in a relationship, when you're on your first day, second day, find out if they have that fight in them. Because at some point in a relationship, you're going to need it. It's going to come into play. So, if you're with someone that's not willing to fight for what you love and for what you believe in, then I'm sorry. When the tough get going, then you're going to be in for a rude awakening. It's going to be all up on you to fix it. If it can't be fixed, it's going to be all up on you. So, early on, find out if that person has that fight in them, See, they have a passion for things, and if they fight for what they believe in, that's gonna be characteristics you want to look out for. If they have passion for something and they fight for it, you know, if they have some type of situations that occurred in their life and they was fighting for it, you know. So you want to make sure that they have that fight in them. So those 4 things we got: trust and loyalty, we got communication, we got understanding, and fight. Now there's other things that we can add onto this list, guys. Hit that comment section. You know, tell me what can be added. It could be 5, 6, 7, 10 things. We all can come up with a list together to try to help better each other's relationships. You know, I'm a person that's gonna look at the comment section. I'm going to see what people are talking about, and I'm going to talk about it. You know, we're all one family here. So, and I even give you a shout out too. You say something good, a good idea, then I'm going to make a video about it, and then I'm going to give you a shout out. I've done it before. I don't have a lot of subscribers now, but as I get more, even when I get more and more and more, I'm going to stay the same, you know. So, hit that comment section. You tell me what could be something that can be added to the list, something that I might have not thought of, and let's talk about it. Now, I said I was going to talk about being an empath in a relationship. So what is an empath? An empath is someone that's have the ability to sense other people's emotions and energy. It's again, I'm seeing a therapist, and I feel like it's healthy. You know, everyone goes, life is hard. Life is hard, and we all go through things. We all go through trauma, and you should talk to someone about it. You know, part of being an empath is we allow other people to dump their problems on us, and we help other people, but we look to our left, we look to our right. We don't have anyone to help us. So it's always good to have someone to talk to, and that's when I found out that I am an empath. By going through my therapist, I always felt like I was different, like far as like when it came to love, empathy, when it came to understanding people, I felt like I was different. So being able to identify with it, what you're feeling is helpful. So being able to identify that I'm an empath is something that I can build on, do my research on, and learn how to use my gift and learn how to protect it as well. What do I mean by protect it? So empaths, so like I say, sorry, let me back up. Empaths, so we have the ability to sense other people's energy. We have the ability to sense when people are down, when they're pretty much lying, because we look at body language, we look at actions and emotions, not like the smile on your face or what you're telling us. So empaths, we're able to walk in a room and sense the energy. When the energy in the room changes, we're able to sense it. So we also attract narcissists because narcissists, they attracted to people that they feel that is going to attend to their every need. And as empaths, sometimes we get away from, how can I say this? As empaths, we feel the need to try to help everyone. You know, when they're down, we feel the need to help everyone because we're able to sense it quicker than others, and we're able to sense what people cannot. So we tend to help them. We try to help everyone that's draining for us. It's draining for us. But like I say, it's attractive to narcissists or people with narcissistic ways. So if you're in a relationship with someone that is an empath, I feel like you should try to get to understand their gift, because sometimes they come up as we're too nice or we're too soft, but that's not the case. You know, it's just that we're empaths, and our gift is not appreciated until it's not appreciated. You know, it's not appreciated till you don't have it anymore. Then it's like, damn, I really had someone that understood me, that cared to me, that was there for me, and they just didn't know how to use it because it's foreign. So if you're in a relationship with an empath, try to get to know what it's like to be an empath and learn more about their gift. And if you're an empath and you're in a relationship with a narcissist, it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse unless that person realizes that they're a narcissist or that they have narcissistic ways, and they're on the same path as you are, as bettering yourself. So if they're trying to better themselves, better their ways, get out of that narcissistic ways, then you have a shot. You have a real good shot because they identify themselves as a narcissistic person or that they have narcissistic ways. But if they're like shutting it down, like I'm not a narcissistic, you don't know what you're talking about, then you got a lose-lose situation and you need to think about getting out of that relationship before it drains you completely. And there's so much more to that topic of being an empath and being a narcissist and being in a relationship together. So I will make another video about that. I actually just picked up a book. 1 second. I also just picked up a book. It's Empaths and Narcissists by Judy Dyer. So I do want to make a video on it, but I just want to be more knowledgeable. So after I read the whole book, then I will make a video just so I can have more of an understanding. So yeah, and I'm not sponsored by Miss Judy, but Miss Judy, if you see this, so far, so good. So, in this video, we talk about 4 things that I think that can better a relationship, and we talk about what it's like being we touched on what it's like being an empath in a relationship. If you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that comment section, because this is a topic I want to, there's so many different people in the world, different, everybody's relationship is different. So I want to see what are you guys going through? What are some things that you feel like that can be added to those 4 things? How you feel about those 4 things? Does it make sense to you? Are you an empath? If you're an empath, hit that comment section. Let's talk about it. But yeah, so thanks for checking me out today, and I hope you guys have a good day. See you. Be safe.